thank you for joining us in today's webinar, Customer Journey Analysis. Joey will be presenting from our office in Prague, so I'm speaking to Office and Monuments in London. What we're looking to cover is how companies can see their products and services through their customers' eyes. The implementation of this can be quite complicated as it involves the collaboration of sales, marketing, operations, and financial data, and the bringing together of all these teams in these sectors. The three key takeaways will be why you should do a customer journey analysis, what is involved in a fully fledged customer journey analysis, and how would you carry out an end-to-end data analysis. What we'd hope is by the end of this, without a sort of coding or statistical background, you should be able to use this information to make data-driven decisions. As mentioned, Joe and I both work for Kabula. Kabula is a cloud-based end-to-end advanced analytics and data management platform. And what I'll do is, whilst we wait for a few more people to join, just go through a little bit of housekeeping, which is the webinar should be expected to last about 15 minutes. Please submit your questions and we'll be answering them when we send out a copy of the webinar to you. Okay, Joey, if you'd like to take it from here.
Thank you, Don. Welcome to our episode 6, Customer Journey Analysis. In this webinar, I'll talk about what is customer journey analysis, who should do customer journey analysis, when to do it, where to do it, why to do it, and at the final part, I'll explain how to do it with a few examples. Customer journey analysis is a collection of analysis, including sales analysis, marketing analysis, operational analysis, and financial analysis. Multiple data sources can be used to map out the full landscape of interactions with customers. Because of the wide coverage of this analysis, various business functions should be mobilized to make the analysis as complete as possible. If we ask who should do customer journey analysis, there are various kinds of organizations that can benefit from this analysis. Retailers can make use of their purchasing history and call center history data to understand the effectiveness of their products and services. E-commerce websites can leverage their digital marketing data and user activity data to increase conversion rates. University admission offices and recruiters can also implement customer journey analysis to understand what information their audience see on which channel and the subsequent contact with them to help them streamline their process and find the right people they need. As for when to do the analysis, it can only be done after you have some data collection mechanism in place. However, this doesn't mean a full-fledged data infrastructure is required. There are usually some data silos that haven't been fully utilized in an organization. For example, if you have Google Analytics tracking code placed in your web pages, or your sales team is using CRM systems, these types of data can be extracted and integrated for customer journey analysis. As for where this happens in an organization, there are multiple departments involved in customer journey analysis. The central piece of the analysis is usually initiated and carried out by analytics or business strategy teams. The reporting dashboards they implemented can be grouped into different views and shared with operational teams for improvement of specific business process, and also with management teams to monitor the performance improvements. Customer journey analysis helps a company see its products or services through its customers' eyes. A customer's journey is the sum of all experiences he or she has while interacting with a company or brand. That journey can be mapped and then analyzed in its full context, providing insights that companies can then use to design products and services that help customers achieve their objectives as effectively and efficiently as possible. The major benefit of customer journey analysis can be seen from two perspectives: to improve customer satisfaction and to improve management processes. First, for improved customer satisfactions, The first point is that you can understand customers' goals and what leaves them unsatisfied or frustrated. Second, you can improve customer relationships with the company. Third, to reduce customer complaints and turnover rates. Fourth, to gain insights into which sequence of events leads to a customer to a positive result or an unsatisfactory one. As for improved management processes, the first benefit is to identify gaps between what a business thinks it is delivering and what a customer actually experiences. Second, to enable managers to run their businesses around customer episodes rather than around internal organizational silos. Third, to increase performance first by doing well what customers value most, and then by linking each steps of the experience in order to make it feel seamless and easy to navigate. Fourth, to cut costs by decreasing waste, cycle times, and time to market. As for how to do customer journey analysis, I would like to use some examples to walk you through this. Generally speaking, an end-to-end analysis project consists of two major components: analysis and reporting. When we talk about analysis, the fundamental process is to break things down into smaller pieces. We can break down the master datasets by different locations, time periods, and customer groups, and to inspect and compare these segmentations in detail. Through this analysis process, we can identify meaningful or significant components. With these components identified, we can organize them into different views of the reporting dashboard and to include the right level of details depending on the target users of the dashboard. Now let's start by breaking things down. First, we can break down the general volume or the key metrics by time. This time factor can be the actual timeline. For example, we can group all transaction history data into week of year or day of week buckets. This can immediately reveal the seasonality of demand to support logistics and staffing decisions. Second, the time factor can also be the different campaign periods. Slicing key performance metrics by this factor can help evaluate the effectiveness of campaigns. Lastly, we can also break down the total volume into different stages of a customer journey. Here are a few examples of how to define different steps in the customer journey. For retailers, the journey is a typical one, with the actual purchase placed in the center and also the pre-sales and post-sales stages. For services and subscriptions, we'll need to focus on the continuous activities of users to understand how they use the services and what feedback they provide. These information can support the decision for new feature design and A/B testing. For e-commerce websites, the focus would be on their presence on social media or external websites and how these external sources bring traffic to their own site to achieve the desired conversions. As for travel and transportation agencies, the steps could be surrounding the trips of the travelers. For understanding the initial research and booking behaviors to monitor customer satisfaction of the trips. Aside from slicing our data by time factors, we can also break them down by their geolocation properties. The geolocation property can be their physical locations, such as latitude and longitude. In addition, it can also be the channels a company used to interact with their customers. Channels can be of different forms. It can be your sales workforce, such as direct sales and consultant. Or it can be physical channels, such as retail stores, bank branches, and resellers. It can also be online channels, such as website, mobile applications, and social media. To combine the journey steps we talked about earlier with different channels, we can further break down the general volume by these two major dimensions. To model this construct, we can create a two-dimensional matrix to monitor key performance metrics such as number of touchpoints with high level of granularity. Aside from journey steps and channels, we can further break down the overall volume by different customer groups. For example, if there are special groups of customers you want to target, such as student customers, we can identify them from their age or the types of services and products they purchase. By labeling them, we can then compare the behavioral difference between students and other customers, such as the difference in product preference or price sensitivity. This information can help product design and marketing teams to better craft their value proposal. We can also easily identify high-value customers from their purchasing history. This group of customers deserve more attention and better service due to their potential of continuous profit contribution or becoming the influencer of your products. Last, customers with significant preference for a particular channel, such as internet users, can also be easily identified for thorough analysis. Now let's move on to putting these components back together. The two-dimensional metrics we introduced earlier is the core piece of entire customer journey analysis. These metrics should be used by analytics team to have the full picture of all kinds of activities happen in different channels. They should also define the key metrics to use that are aligned with their organization's strategic objectives. To provide big picture information to senior management, there are a few principles we can put into practice. For multinational corporations, visualizing data with maps can be very engaging to the viewers. This enables them to compare the performance between different locations and set overall strategic goals. Time series element is also an integral part of this view because it helps benchmark performance and monitor improvement initiatives. As the key strategic objectives are usually closely tied to financial goals, converting operational metrics such as conversion rates into potential monetary value can make the information more relevant to senior management audience. As mentioned earlier, customer journey analysis is a wide coverage. Therefore, creating different views of dashboards for all the operational teams involved can be very time-consuming. Therefore, considering the limitations of resources and to achieve the best ROI of the analysis project, we can focus on creating customized dashboards only for key analytics teams and executive teams. As for different operational teams, we can make use of the ready-made dashboards provided by different vendors and services. For instance, for marketing teams, Google AdWords, Facebook Ads, and Adobe Analytics dashboards are powerful tools they can use to monitor key performance metrics. And for sales and services team, CRM systems such as Salesforce, Zoho, and HubSpot can be used for day-to-day operation as well as reporting and analysis. As long as additional goal settings and performance tracking business processes are implemented, these external tools can also be well integrated to the company-wide reporting system. The entire analysis and reporting process we just introduced should be seen as an iterative process. Analytical activities should evolve to adapt to changes in business environment. With more data being brought into the master data sets or the single source of truth, analysts should keep looking for different ways to look at their data and upgrade the reporting dashboard for their audience. Thank you for listening, and please also join our next webinar to know more about open data sources.
Okay, well, Well, thank you for that, Joey, and thank you for all for listening. If you enjoyed that and you'd like to know a little bit more about what Kabul is doing and what you can do with open source data, we've got a webinar called Open Data Sources. As mentioned, please submit your questions. We'll be sending out the answers with a copy of the webinar, which you can feel free to share with either members of your team or other people you know who are working in the data sector. Thank you very much, and thank you. Goodbye from Kabul.